こんにちは、ルーシーです。今日は、ビデオアーツのウェブ用に、もうこれは本当にスペシャルなインタビューです。シンネさんファンのために私が代表していろいろと質問を投げかけてみたいと思います。So there's a lot of people on Video Arts website watching this interview.
Okay.
And they're all looking forward to you talk about your music and everything. But first of all, basic question, would you tell us about your background? Where did you, where were you born? Where did you grow up?
Oh yeah, I grew up in a little town in Denmark, on the countryside near the ocean, and I grew up in a family with a lot of music and a big record collection. So I've always enjoyed a lot of different types of music, and especially jazz because my dad and also my mother collected good jazz LPs, and my dad also played the upright bass, and so there was always a lot of music in the house and jamming and stuff. So I got to go to music school from when I was a little kid, so I learned to play and to also read music very early, so I always had music in my life. And then I think when I was like a teenager, I decided to maybe try to become really good at it. Not necessarily make a living of it, but I just started to practice a lot. First piano, and then saxophone, and then I found out that probably it would be better if I sang, became a vocalist. So, and then I went to school, to music conservatory, and took a music teacher and vocalist education. And then, yeah, kind of just started to play here and there in Copenhagen and rest of Denmark, and began traveling with my music just after school. So,
yeah. Wow, the music of power brought you to Japan as well.
Yeah.
And around the world.
Yeah.
Well, you just mentioned that you were listening to all kinds of music since you were a child, and I can tell by listening to your CDs because you got, very beautiful original songs, and then you have Beatles covers or U2 covers,
yeah.
and the standard jazz. So
yeah.
I can tell, you've been listening to a lot of, different type of music.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think I have two sides. I have the one that is very conservative jazz, because I really love to check out what my idols are doing. So I listened a lot to old 50s jazz from America, so I kind of know that language, but at the same time I also want to mix it with all the other things I like. So I'm a little divided sometimes. I can do like a very strict, like American sounding jazz, but I can also do the other thing. And that's what I mostly do in my composing. I mix a lot.
Right. You just mentioned about composing, but I read an article that you were learning a saxophone when you were a child?
Yeah.
Wow. And then do you still play saxophone?
Not at all.
Oh.
But I was not good enough. But I guess my brother started to play the saxophone, and I kind of, well, okay, that sounds good. I want to do that. And also because I wanted to play in the big band. Because both my dad and my father, my dad and my brother played in that local big band, and I just like the music, the Count Basie stuff and Duke Ellington, and so I guess, okay, I better pick up an instrument and be able to join. So.
Wow, but you sang the big band when you were 9.
No, not 9.
Really?
No.
Oh.
I think I started when I was maybe 18 to sing.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I was too shy to sing when I was.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. How for you? Like, you're such a beautiful lady, and having, thought about being like the model or actress. Why music?
I don't know. I don't think I can do anything else but music.
Oh.
Yeah,
sweet.
I thought about being maybe an architect when I was smaller, but it was just like music that I just wanted to practice and play with my friends, play music. That was on my mind. So I kind of eliminated all other options.
Wow, concentrate on
Yeah.
music. Wow. But you should. 女から見ても綺麗よね。But such a beautiful lady, like talking to you. We go boom boom. All the guys would go like, ah. Yeah, and your voice, you've got such a beautiful voice, like very deep. First, when I saw your pictures, like, okay, this beautiful lady. I wonder what kind of voice she has. But
Yeah.
really deep and perfect jazz. I mean,
Yeah, I guess so.
perfect music.
When I started singing, my first teacher was an opera singer, and I sang like musical and operette, and I was like a very high soprano. So I can do that too, or I didn't practice it because I quit that style very early, but I think it's a matter of temper. I found out, okay, maybe that's not my temper. I need to go lower. So, and also for me, when I sing jazz, I don't feel comfortable singing too high. I like it to be mellow and cool. And then I use the high notes as maybe some color here and there, and some, you just have a lot, like when you're talking, sometimes you go up here and you're very excited, and that's the same with the voice and the instrument. You have different strings to play. So, but I like my main area to be the lower one. Yeah.
Wow. So who are your musical idol?
I think the biggest hero must be Sarah Vaughan. Yeah.
That's where that scat comes from.
Yeah, probably, and also from Chet Baker and Ella Fitzgerald. Yeah. And also, I've been and I still am, a very big fan of Nancy Wilson.
Wow. Yeah, listening to your music, I like your vocal style, but I really liked your scatty stuff too. Wow. I only heard this 2 albums, but you already have 5 albums out.
Yeah.
Wow. So you started very early.
Yeah, I guess. I made my first album when I was graduating from the music conservatory in 2003, and then I've been just making one here and there.
Wow. And you've been to Japan for promotion, of course, in Concord Jazz Festival, and to this Cotton Club and stuff.
Yeah.
Ta-da! This is the backstage. 今バックステージですコットンクラブの。Yeah. How do you like the audience? I'm sure Japanese audiences are.
Yeah, seriously, it's the best you can get.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're so good listeners, and we feel very welcome when we perform here. And it's just like when you go into a cafe or like a gas station, even. There's jazz music on the radio. You can't find that, not even in America where jazz is born. It's like jazz is still alive here more than in Europe and America.
Really?
Yeah, we just feel like, oh, this is a home for jazz, this country, and it's like the Japanese audience are very serious about when they like something. I guess it's not only when they like jazz; it's like in all aspects of life. If you're interested in something, you really learn and get information about it everywhere, and that's fantastic when you're a jazz artist, that your audience have actually tried to find out, okay, what recording is she performing on, and sometimes I've experienced that people want me to sign their CDs, of course, and sometimes they buy at the concert, but then also they have a bag of old CDs, and I don't know where they got them. There's an old CD where I sing in Danish, like Danish poetry, and wow, that's a real fan, to find that stuff, I'm just amazed that they really find everything you do and listen to it, even though they don't understand a word. That's beautiful, I think.
Yeah. Wow.
So, and we can feel that, you know, when we perform on stage, that people are just so enthusiastic.
Wow. See, so like your show starts in 2 hours, right? And there's a lot already a line in the entrance here. They're all waiting 2 hours before the show.
Wow.
Yes. I wonder if they skip school or office or company, but yeah, すごいよね。もう並んでますよ。There are like 10 people.
Nice.
Wow. But you know, that's the charm of your voice and your show.